Alright guys, this is it. Today's the day we can finally hop into one of these investing apps and start our investing journey. And for this, I decided to go with Robinhood. Now I know you're going to think there's a lot of apps out there that are free and easy to get started, but really I think Robinhood is by far the most user-friendly. Like even my grandma can do it, and you know, it's grandma. You don't need to have extensive knowledge into any of the trading terms or how to read a chart or anything like that. It's actually pretty simple. Today I want to show you how to buy and sell stocks and also look at the key metrics to find out what stock you want to get into, and then create a watch list of any stocks that you might be interested in the future. If this is your first time using Robinhood, then following these steps will get you and I both one free stock to help you in your investing journey. And the best part is it's a completely random stock. Like it could be Apple or Tesla, or it could be what I've gotten the last couple times is Sirius XM, which is done pretty good for having a free stock. Hell, my friend, he got Johnson & Johnson. This was pre-pandemic, so he's actually like sitting back like, this isn't too bad. All right, and before we get started, if you can do me a huge favor and click that like button. It helps me out so much, and it helps me get more videos out to people like you. All right, let's get into Robinhood, shall we? Before we dive in, we should probably make sure we have the app. So let's go into your phone's app store, either Apple's App Store or Google Play. Hey babe, should I mention the Windows Store? What do you mean, is that a thing? They still make Windows phones, right? Wait, what? Windows stopped doing that in 2019? Yeah, I'm old. All right, now that you have the app, now what I want you to do is go into the description of this video and click the link, or just follow this link right here. Make sure you follow that link, that way you get that free stock that we were talking about in the beginning. So as you open up the app, you'll be going through all the registration process to make sure that you're not a robot, you know, and it might actually ask you for some personal information like your social security number and some banking information, but this is a bank. Keep that in mind, it's a brokerage, so they need to make sure that you're a legit person. Once Robinhood is comfortable that you're not a robot meant to take over the world, then the next prompt will probably be about your banking account information. And like I said, these last two steps may seem a little scary and a little sketch at first, but trust me, this is safe and secure. I've been doing this for years now and have had no problems with any of the Robinhood banking. And the thing is, you don't have to make a deposit right now. This is just set up so that it's easy to deposit funds into your account to start trading whenever you want. All right, now that your application has been accepted, let's dive into the homepage and see what we got, okay? All right, to start out, we got the portfolio page. Now here we go through and you can see there's the chart that gives you pretty much a summary of your portfolio. It'll show you a chart that tells you what the stock or your portfolio is doing right now. But the great thing is you can go by 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, or the entire total length of having the account. So it's pretty good to see how you're doing over like the past week or so. Anyway, as we move down, you know, you have your buying power, how much cash you have in the account. So right now I have not very much, about $100. And if I needed to buy stock today, right now, I could. So, you know, it's nice to have at least a little bit for those impulse buys. All right, let's move down. We got the articles. Now these articles are like little news flashcards, and you can flip through those real quick or just ignore them altogether. And then we get into your portfolio. So these are all the stocks that you actually have and you have shares in. And the best part about these is when you're going through, you can change it to see how you want it to display. Do you want it to display the last price, your equity in it? So like how many shares you have or how much money you have into it, sorry. You have the percent change, like how much has it changed over time or today. Today's return, the total return overall, and then total percent change. So if I did that one, you can see that some of my stocks have gone up and then like Uber has gone down. So, you know, that sucks. Then there's cryptocurrencies that you own, and then you can start creating watch lists. Now I'll get into watch lists and how to create them a little later, but for now, this is where the watch list would be. And this way you can actually put a bunch of stocks that you may not own that you don't have to continually search. So not too bad. All right. So you can do that with crypto as well and create new lists, so on. All right, now let's hop into the search. Now that's the magnifying glass. I know what that is. All right, so we hop into that, and here's where you can actually search for the companies that you may want up in the top. And some of the good things also about this search page is you have your trending list. So if you want to get little ideas of what other people are doing and in different markets, you can go there. Also has all the news feeds. This is like your big news feed, and each of these has a little bit to do with either things that are trending or things you have in your watch list or your portfolio. So you can see this one on Disney. I have Disney on my watch list. I don't actually own shares of Disney, but that's where it comes from. You can also see some of the daily movers, which ones have moved up or down a lot, and then a bunch of other news. So the good thing about these lists, like I said, if I was to go to the 100 most popular stocks that are being held by Robinhood customers, you can see that the typical usual suspects. You got Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Ford. That's actually kind of curveball, but okay. Let's take a look at Apple. The actual companies are kind of set up just like your portfolio. So you have how much the stock is currently trading at, the last price. You can see if it's gone up or down today. Right now we're in after hours, so you can see there's a little after hours part. But then you can go 1 week, 1 month, so on and so forth to see if how it's been doing over time. And then if you do own shares in the company, then you'll have this whole section on position. Now this will tell you how many shares you have, what the return has been, and what the average cost is. So this is kind of like your dollar cost averaging. I have 8 shares of Apple, and on different times when I purchased these shares, on average, I paid $42 a share, which is not bad for a stock that's selling for $150. Anyway, so you have where you can set up recurring investments. That's if you wanted to say, hey, I want to throw $10 a month at Apple or $100 a month. You can do it. You can set it up right here on this screen. Then when we get down, this is actually kind of one of the more important pieces, and that is the statistics. Now, if you went to insidevesting.com, you can see there's a whole article on key metrics and what statistics I use when looking at a company to determine if it's a company I actually want to buy. So I highly recommend that article. But this is where you can find out the highs, the lows over the year, and if it has a dividend, what the market cap is, so on and so forth. All right, now as we go down more, you can see the recent news. You can see the analysis or analysts. Sorry, you can see the analyst ratings. I don't really pay much attention to these, but you may like it. You can see what the bulls, which people who think that the stock's going to go up, you can see what they say, and then the bears, you can see what they think, and those are the ones that think the stock's going to go down. So you can see both sides of the aisle, which is kind of nice. The earnings per share, which is my number one key statistic that I look at, and you can see what Apple did, how good they've done in the last few quarters. You can see what lists they're a part of. You can see what other stocks, people that do own Apple, you can see what they have. Maybe you want Microsoft as well, or Tesla. So this kind of like a little quick jump. You can see what the history is, and with this you can see that I've been paid a dividend quarterly from Apple, so that's pretty nice. And then also the market buy. And then lastly on this, you can see about the company. So if, say, your buddy tells you about this great stock, yes, but you've never heard of the company, which I don't really recommend you jump into those. But if you were to just take a look, you can go down to the About section and see what kind of company it is. Is it reputable, or is it something that's like a biotech company that you've never heard of that may go up a lot or may just crash? All right. Now let's go to the next tab, which is the messages. Now this is where you'll get notifications from Robinhood that tells you if you got paid a dividend, if your order executed, or anything like that. So, well, I have a new message. All right, so because I own a few shares of this stock, I was given a dividend of $11.50, which is nice. So we can view the dividend, and it shows how much I got paid per share. So that is pretty nice. Let's view this stock actually. So this stock is a pretty interesting stock. It has to do with options, which definitely more advanced, but it pays a monthly dividend, so I like it. It's actually a pretty good dividend. All right, so with this stock, let's add it to one of our lists, shall we? So what we're gonna do is up at the top, there's the plus button. We're gonna press that, and it's gonna bring up the add to a list. Now we can either create a list, or we can add it to an existing list. So we're gonna create a new list. In this list, we're going to say, hello YouTube. Create it. Now, if we go back to the home page, you can see that there is a new watch list called Hello YouTube, and that stock is a part of it. Now, when I log into the app, I don't have to search and go to it. I can just scroll to the bottom, go to my list, and boom, there it is. So that's pretty nice. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna show you how to order some stock. So within that stock that we just put on our watch list, it is trading at $23.02. Nice. So if you click on the trade, and you can see buy, sell, and trade options. Now, like I said, options is much more advanced than we want to do in this video. So we're gonna buy a share. Now, you can right here, you can buy shares at the market price. And the thing is, we don't really want to do market price because it's going to fluctuate sometimes and you may get something that's much more expensive. I'd much rather do a limit buy. But before I do that, I want to talk about the fractional shares that I talked about in this video. If you were to click on the shares button, you can go to buy in dollars. Now here's where you can do fractional shares. Like this stock, like I said, was trading for $23, right? But if I only had 10 bucks, I can just push the 10 bucks button, and boom, if I swiped up, I'd buy 0.434 shares of the stock, which, hey, if you want to do like Amazon, that's 3,400 right now, then perfect, that's the way to do it. But what I want to do instead is go to limit order, and I want to set that limit price to $22.50. Only during market hours. And then once the market closes, so if it dips down tomorrow, then, you know, hey, I'll get some shares. And because I only have 100 bucks available, I'm just gonna buy two. Two sounds great. All right, for $45 estimated cost, let's review it. Looks good to me. Swipe up and boom, order sent. Now you can see it says shares purchased 0 out of 2 because market's closed right now, so you can't execute. But boom, there you go, done. Now, one of the things you can do is you can look at your messages, and it'll bring up the top message now says, we've received your order to do 2 shares at $22.50. Now, if you wanted to, you can cancel this order in that same screen where you go to click on actual cancel the order, you view the order, and then you cancel it. Too easy, too easy. And if it executed, then I would have 2 more shares. That's nice. And then say I didn't have shares in this already. We had it on our watch list, and now we're like, okay, now we want to move it up to our actual main list. So it'll automatically, if we went to our main list, it'll automatically populate our portfolio. But what we want to do is go down to our Hello YouTube watch list, click it, hit that check button. You can either add to another list or remove. We're going to remove that one, save it, done. Okay, that about does it. See how easy that was? Robinhood is incredibly easy to follow and user-friendly, so I highly recommend it for anyone that's trying to start their investing journey. And if you are just getting started, I highly recommend you watch some of the other videos on this channel. It'll really help get your financial foundation going. Pay yourself first. Some of these companies are cheaper than a night out with your friends. So why not treat yourself? Why don't you reward future you? Because trust me, you'll thank yourself. When you look back in 10 years and you have a portfolio already going, you're gonna look back and you won't regret not going out that one time. And before you go, hit the like button, hit subscribe to get more videos like this so I can help lead you to financial success. All right, I'll see you next time. Today, I want to teach you how to buy in. Today, I want to help you.